everyone. Dive into Anchor Together, a captivating YouTube series that offers an intimate look into the extraordinary lives of seafarers and their families.
From long-standing maritime partnerships to new connections formed at sea, Anchor Together highlights the incredible journeys of those who navigate both the ocean and the relationships with passion and resilience. Get ready for an engaging twist with Anchor Together.
Hello everyone and welcome back to a fresh new episode of Anchored Together. I'm super delighted to have Anupam and Zehen with us today, and it's going to be a super exciting episode.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for having us here. It's a pleasure and thank you for inviting us here. We are very excited ourselves. Zehen?
Thank you so much for having us, and I'm really excited for what comes next.
Absolutely. So let's just dive in and let's kickstart our episode with you, Anupam.
Sure.
So Anupam, you have to tell us about your journey as a co-founder and of course now the director of the Offing Group.
Okay. Oh, I love. How much time do we have?
That's okay.
Okay. So, in our journeys, me and Purnendu, we were all Purnendu, my partner. That's how we are co-founders. We both were working in various organizations, and we were at our peak of our positions. And we always all seafarers have this itch that kuch apna karte hain. And both of us met in the afternoon in a vegetarian joint.
Okay.
It is important for all seafarers because or even people who are in shipping, because we always meet in the evenings. And then we have plans, and next morning we go back to our wives and children and we forget about all our dreams. So we met in the afternoon without alcohol, and we had a plan, and that's how in 2014 we formed Offing Group. You want to know what offing means?
Yes, of course. Why that word?
So our first product or our first deliverable was a mobile app, and the app was basically for three people. It was for seafarers, it was for companies, it was for training institutes. So we were trying to somehow get the seafarers connected to the shore and shore people connected to the sea. And we were trying to get this word, what is that word? And then finally what happened was, I kept saying, we need one word, when Purnendu comes up with this word and says offing. And we looked up in the dictionary, and you know what it means? When you're standing on the shore and whatever you see up till the horizon is called offing. And now if you realize, you must have used this word so many times in your speech, in your writing, in the offing.
Yes.
And that is how the name offing comes up.
Wow, beautiful.
Thank you so much.
That's nice actually. A deep thought to it though.
Yes.
Yeah. Zehen, so you have been into events, into recruitment and media curator at Offing.
Yes.
How has been your journey? How did you start off?
So I started off with Offing about 2 years ago, formally on paper, but I've been part of Offing I think since its inception. As Captain Anupam mentioned, Captain Purnendu was my father, and he made sure that I was part of every event and everything right from when it was happening. So the first Nautica also that we had in 2017, I was a college going student who was just hanging around and doing my bit, to be very honest.
Right.
I was initially a psychology student and I worked in the health and wellness industry for about 2 years, and I decided I wanted to make a career switch. And I had thought I would take some time off, which didn't last more than 2 days. And then I joined Offing, and I helped with the Nautica to 2022. And my journey has just gone on ever since. With events, I then streamlined into recruitment and the more technical side of what we do as well.
Great. So now that she mentioned Nautica, you're having your Nautica coming
Oh, yes,
soon in
absolutely,
October.
absolutely.
Tell us this year what is new, what is more exciting, and what can we look out for this year in Nautica?
Lovely. So what is new in Nautica? First, the location. As a fest, we keep moving. So we had it in Bangalore, then Goa, Chennai, Mumbai, and now in Pune. So that's new. It is at a lovely location. The sports events will be happening at Balewadi Stadium, which is an Olympic size stadium, very well known for all Commonwealth, etc. We have added in sports, we have added swimming this time.
Okay.
This was not there earlier. We keep moving depending on the infrastructure. Otherwise, we have added 2 colleges. So that is, we are very excited for them to come, because as more number of colleges come, they will understand the essence of Nautica. And we have already started some pre-Nautica, visits to the college. The Josh is amazing. The Josh is amazing. So the format is very similar, but I think the freshness and the newness is the Josh, which these kids from all over India come, and their talent is unbelievable.
How has been your experience with Nautica? Because you started off like doing nothing, but now you're completely involved in the whole process.
Absolutely.
So what do you think is the best part about Nautica?
I think the best part about Nautica is watching 650 odd participants coming together, initially being very wary of what's going to happen, and you can see their expression. And at the end of 2 days, they're screaming, they're cheering not only for their college, but for the colleges
Absolutely.
who they're competing with, and they go back as one. So I think it's the spirit and the, like he mentioned, the Josh that comes with Nautica that keeps us all going, and just the students as well.
Yes.
So Anupam, you have started as a seafarer.
Yes, please.
You're Captain Anupam.
Yes.
Yes. So you were sailing.
Yes.
And then this switch.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, wow. So, when I joined sea, my father was also a seafarer, and I saw that to begin with, he had a sailing career, and then he took a shore job. So somewhere in my Zehen, it was already there that, my sea life would be around 11, 12 years, and then I would switch to sea, switch ashore.
Sure.
So this was always there.
Okay.
And for all those out there, and when you are trying to do the transition, we please study, please do as many courses as possible, do whatever it takes. You might think this is not my interest, but just do that course. You never know what might come handy. So that is why I think I knew this was a model life, like 10, 12 years you sail and then come ashore, because I think I could make a difference ashore as well.
Did you enjoy sailing?
Oh, I enjoyed sailing. I was with 3 companies. I was with Denoms, IMC, Maersk. I was primarily on the chemical tankers. My family sailed with me. My daughter, when she was 2 years, she also sailed with me. So I enjoyed sailing. And the beauty is, because of our profession, which we are into marine surveying for P&I clubs, I still go out to sea. I mean, I don't sail, but at least I keep visiting. Yes.
Visiting the sea. Wow, lovely. So Zehen, your father, Purnendu, I think everybody knows him, needs no introduction. Right. And I still remember his last Nautica when he used to come running with his light blue blazer on the stage.
Yes.
And how's the Josh? And he's running from one corner to another. His energy was at another level.
Absolutely.
And I think he must have been a great mentor to you as well.
Absolutely.
So how was that relationship, apart from being a father, but a mentor to you? And what about it have you learned or imbibed from him which has helped you today?
Okay. Wow, that's a loaded question. But I think, as you mentioned, like right off the bat, it was his energy. He had a very infectious energy.
Yes.
And not only at work, he was like that in his personal life. So I always say that he would wake up every morning as a new character with a new song. And so as his daughter, definitely that began to rub off on me in my early years, although I was a much quieter kid. But when I started working for him, I wouldn't even say with him, he trained, I mean, he's the toughest trainer out there. I don't think I was given any leeways. In fact, quite the opposite. So everyone keeps asking me, oh, you must have had it very easy. I definitely didn't. I used to be very shy of taking phone calls. So my first task was to make 500 phone calls when I joined offing. So that's the kind of mentor he was. He pushed me to achieve things I didn't even imagine I would. I'm very camera conscious, very scared in public, and I think all of that has changed over the years that he mentored me. So definitely, I think.
And he loved camera, huh?
In fact, I would,
loved it.
I would love to. I mean, like to add in your statement about the blue. Actually, I think he's in us right now.
Yes.
And that energy has automatically come into us. And of course, I always say this, and I'll continue to say this, that if he was around, we wouldn't be doing this.
Not at all.
So this I am very. I mean, wherever you are, he's around us.
Yes.
He's in us, and in fact now suddenly I am also jumping around the stages. I've seen myself. I was there, but I always had a guy to do it.
Yes, true. Yes,
So,
he used to always because that whole energy and getting the whole auditorium,
Absolutely.
on that high note, and I think it was just what he was, and I think it's very.
And
He was
born for
full
the
of
stage.
yeah.
I
he was
will
born
I will
for the
also
stage.
say, I mean, there are things which I know.
Yeah.
He used to take some business decisions sometimes, and I used to wonder, from where did this thought come? And where this thought used to come from? It used to come from movies.
Yeah, he loved movies. I've
He
seen
used to
some
say,
of his reels.
I said, how did you take this decision? In that movie, Amitabh Bachchan did this, मैंने वही कर दिया. I mean, this was actually what we used to, business decision were taken basis Bollywood and Hollywood movies.
Yes.
So yeah, thank God we didn't do Money Heist.
Yes, that's true. So now, after Pranendu, of course, Anupam has been around, and now I think he has taken the role of a mentor for you as well.
Yes.
So, how different is Anupam? Is he a tough mentor like your father, or is he a little easygoing?
Good question. I also want to know.
I think the one thing I think is because my father knew me so well, I think he was tougher. I wouldn't say Captain Anupam is not tough, but he's very different in terms of how he is as a mentor. He speaks a mile a minute, so you have to have a book and a pen, and you have to have that speed at which you can record the things he's saying. So there's a lot of information that he throws at you, and then he just throws you in the deep end, and he's like, now I've told you what to do, you figure it out. So
Yeah.
he's not, I wouldn't say he handholds at all.
Yeah.
It's a very, this is what it is, now you go ahead, which is very different. I think my dad was very meticulous,
Oh,
and he
yes,
would,
yes.
tell you each step, and he would like things a certain way. So I think it's very different.
You have worked with Pranendu, you know how he is. Your personalities are so different, but still you'll gel well. And now, mentoring his daughter, who's of course very different than how Pranendu was. So, what do you find? Do you find any streak of Pranendu in her?
So obviously he has trained her in a certain way, and yes, she whenever we start discussing, she starts with a pen and book, chopadi leke aati hai. So she is very much like that, and as she mentioned that I have 10,000 things in my mind. So did Purnendu. It's not that he
Yes.
didn't have,
Yeah.
but he would record and say all those things in a paper, and I was just. I will start from here and I'll end somewhere and then go back there.
Huh.
So I think in a way, but me and Purnendu had a chat, before, and he said that, what do you think about Zehen? And in fact, one day Zehen, she came to me and she said, I want to become part of the chartering team. And I was super thrilled. I was like, free ka maal mil raha hai, why not? And that also dimag wala.
Dimag wala, yes.
So, and then Purnendu said, but is she geared up for that? I said, what is the best part? She's not like you. Like completely.
Huh.
She is like you, but not like you. And the business of chartering broking doesn't need a person who's strict and, it is, you have to be very malleable and ductable.
Yes.
So I think Zehen has got that
Quality.
So I think that helps us, when she has to speak surveying, she's speaking a language. When she has to speak chartering broking, she's speaking a language. So I think that helps. So she's ductable and malleable.
Okay. And Zehen, tell me what qualities about Anupam you really admire, or you feel that is his strength and it's great to have a person, a mentor with
Right.
those qualities.
One quality that stands out, I think, is that he has 10,000 things going on in his mind. Even he'll agree with that. But somehow he manages to be present everywhere that he is. Despite the number of phone calls he gets, or the emails, or where his own thoughts have taken him, he's so present, so patient. I think that is a quality I really look up to.
And now I've got Purnendu also in
In
me.
me.
So now it's like double effect. So
Yeah.
Double trouble.
double
So
trouble.
it's like, you're doing something and you hear a voice on your back
100%.
saying, Purnendu,
Absolutely.
Anupam, stop.
So to be honest, I mean, I do pause at times, and I would think, how would he do it?
How would he do it? Yes.
So then okay, we'll do it this way.
Yes.
And then sometimes I even talk to him and say, no, we will not do it your way. We'll do it my way.
My way.
I'm talking to him only.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean.
But I think that's the beauty of the relationship.
Absolutely.
And I think it's very important because though I know some people used to think I was crazy when I used to self-talk and I used to...
No.
But I think it's a natural thing to do. And I think
Yeah,
somewhere
yeah.
you get answers, don't you?
100%.
Yes, and it gives you some guidance and
Yeah.
direction. It doesn't matter, what time of the day or whatever, but you're just talking.
I mean, there have been deja vu moments in our
Yes.
office, to be very honest. And we do feel, we may not believe in all these spirits and all these thoughts.
I do, huh?
Yeah, good. But trust me, the signals which come to us and it is not only with me, it is happening within the people in our office also. And
Yes.
it's mind blowing.
Yeah.
And we were like, okay, good. And in fact, when I walk into the office, just hear this out. So he was always, so you guys have seen him the fun part, right?
Yeah.
But you haven't seen him the 180 degrees opposite, which
Yeah.
is absolutely strict. As I said, the business which he was into in serving, and you need a certain decorum to do it.
Yeah.
So even in the office, he used to be like that. So even till date, if I have to tell anybody, I said, देख ये मत करो, ऊपर से देख रहा है. So it's उसका fear लेके I'm still using it.
And it works.
It works. It
Yeah,
works. It works.
Really? Oh, lovely. Okay. So tell me where both of you, Nautica, of course, started as a baby on baby steps and all.
Yeah.
And every time I have seen it grow and grow and grow, the response I'll get is amazing. So where do you see Offing and Nautica in few years from now, coming years? What's your vision?
So my vision is, of course, Nautica should continue even after Offing is finished, if ever. It should not stop because it is what we are trying to create is a community.
Yes.
If we can't do it, somebody else should take it up. And in fact, my actual vision is, I hope the people who have attended Nautica in our first events, 20 years from now, they just start taking it over. So that is my vision for Nautica. And of course, I me personally want to cover the length and breadth of the country. Every city we should go to, because this also gets a lot of merchant, like the awareness of merchant navy in various places. Just to share with you, this time in Pune, we are calling about close to 100 students to be a part of Nautica. Just to see what Nautica is all about. Once they see Nautica, then they will ask, why are these guys in uniform?
Yeah.
Once they see in uniform, they'll say merchant. First say, they'll first say navy.
Yeah.
Then they'll say merchant navy. And then at least we can explain. So that's my vision, that this should never stop.
And what about you? Where do you see Offing in the next coming years?
Hopefully doing a lot more Nauticas and maybe a lot more events where we're able to gather a lot of people, because I think it's at the event, no matter what we're able to achieve online or we're able to achieve through our social media handles, when you see the people come together and actually interact with each other, in this case, of course, the participants of Nautica, it creates magic. So I think with Offing, apart from obviously the technical work that we do, and I hope growth continues there,
Absolutely.
on the events and media front, I just want to do more and want to keep changing Nautica's layout also, so that we evolve with the times.
Right.
Why the name Nautica? It just came to my mind.
Very good.
Because every time Offing I got it. Now why Nautica?
Why Nautica? So, again, we were brainstorming just like how we are sitting and talking. नाम क्या रखेंगे? Fest तो कर रहे हैं. तो वो सब शब्द. Then, in fact, I have to give credit to somebody, Punnendu's dear friend, our friend also. And she said, Nautica. We said, क्या Nautica? दुनिया भर का Nautica है, कपड़े पहन रहे. She says, सुनो मेरी बात. I said, बोलो. She said, it is naughty, that is masti, fun, and nautical. So that's how the spelling is Naughtica. So it's a mixture of naughty and nautical.
Nautical.
And even if you see our logo, it's got a guy with a wing.
Thinking.
Yeah, right. Yes, of course.
What I want to also just add,
Yeah.
see, there is one thing which has come out of Nautica, another initiative of ours called Marpool,
Okay.
which I would like to mention. See, our connect with the participants and so on to speak, the trainees, cadets, TMEs, ratings is amazing now, including the institutes.
Yes.
Now, Nautica is over, these kids call us. And now the biggest problem is naukri nahi hai, jobs.
Ah.
So jobs is a big problem. So we had started an initiative again about 3 years ago by the name of Marpool. It is a tweak of Marpol. Marpol is marine pollution and this is marine pool. And what we are trying to say is that there are a lot of people, marine pool, which do not have jobs and we want to get them jobs.
Okay.
So what we did was, in fact it's on our website, we did a survey of unemployed cadets.
Cadets.
GMEs, I mean both deck and engine, and ratings also we did one, but first we started with deck and engine. And of course we are a private body, we are not a government body. So we got responses and we released a report. And of course, to all fairness, we didn't want to blame anyone. Even in this report, there was zero name of any college, any institute, any boy, any girl, nothing. It was just trying to share the facts which we received.
Correct.
But in a form. You know what was the good part about this? Again, as I said, we were not trying to find faults. We were trying to do something about it.
Correct.
Companies came to us and they said, we would like this data, please. And they selected candidates from that list.
That's very nice.
So we did it in, I think, 17, 18 and I think in 20 for GP ratings.
Right.
And again, we have no numbers that how many have joined, because once the data is given, it is with the candidate and we don't do anything about it. We presume, because we get messages from grandparents, parents, kids, sisters. So we assume that about 350 odd cadets, trainees, have been placed with this initiative.
That's fantastic.
So I think this, and now just one more thing.
Yeah.
What is my future for Marpool? I hope Marpool, we never have to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true. That's true.
I just hope we never have to do it.
But placements have improved a bit in the past
Yes.
year, I've seen,
Yes.
where now the companies are, moving on for campus interviews. They are
absolutely.
selecting, and cadets are having. So I wanted to share one thing because you mentioned
Please.
this. This month we had this virtual conference.
Wow.
So we do online poll.
Okay.
More than 4,000 cadets.
Wow.
Out of which 70% of them said we already have a job.
Awesome.
So that, and the last year that trend was not there. So
Not
we
there.
have every year we release the cadet report, and this year it was so happily surprising
Wow.
to get the poll, and we do a live poll.
Wow.
You know, and-
Of all those 4,000 cadets,
Yes.
and it's do yes or no?
Yes.
Wow.
And 70% of them said they already have a job in hand. I think
Lovely.
which has really
Wow.
shown a shift in the trend, and I think that's fantastic.
So when we went, now we are doing our pre-Nautica, visits to the colleges. Everybody had a job,
Yes.
and I was so happy.
Yes.
So lovely to hear.
That is changing. That is what I'm saying. It is
And I
changing.
remember again coming to Nautica and unemployment in 2017 in Bangalore. There was a dance competition. We have troop dance also. The winners of that dance competition, they won.
Huh.
And of course, there was a big high, and the kids were dancing. And suddenly, I see one guy. Suddenly, his face saddens.
Huh.
In like matter of 5 minutes. I said, "What happened?" He said, "Sir, ये सब ठीक है, नौकरी नहीं है."
Oh.
Imagine,
Yeah.
he has got. But this is what happens, I mean,
Yes.
you guys are psychologists. A high and then what a low.
Low.
He suddenly was frozen because he didn't have a job. I hope it changes.
Yeah. I think it will, because now I think the economy is getting better,
Yes.
and now the employment rates are increasing. And when I talk to cadets in the training institutes and I ask them, "You have a job?" "Yes, ma'am, we have a job. We are
Right.
with this company has sponsored us and this." And so the change is there. Hopefully, it's a good change.
Absolutely, I hope so too.
Now we are going to move into some rapid fire
Oh,
questions.
please. Oh, lovely.
Okay.
So we are going to start.
Gift hamper also we have.
yeah, you get a hamper once you finish the interview. So, Zehen,
Yes.
we are going to start. And
Okay.
quick answers,
Done.
all right? First impression of Anupam.
Infectious energy.
Okay. Most valuable advice received so far.
Keep moving forward.
Okay. One goal you're working on with your mentor.
Hopefully giving my ICS exams.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Lovely.
Favorite aspect of the mentoring relationship.
Patience.
Okay.
Patience.
One skill you've improved because of mentoring.
Multitasking.
Multitasking. Oh, yeah.
She's winning this.
One skill you've improved. Okay, sorry. Biggest challenge you've faced during your mentoring.
Getting his time.
Getting this time. All right. One thing you wish you'd known before starting this whole process of mentoring.
That's a good one.
That it's going to be nothing like I thought it would be.
That's a good answer also.
Yes. So, how do you prepare for a conversation, a serious conversation with him?
I don't. I really don't. Because I can't. That's what I say. He comes in every day and there are so many things going on, it's impossible for me to prepare. I just sit there and take it as it comes.
Okay. And best feedback you've ever received from him?
Wow.
Do you give good feedback or no?
Do I give feedback?
From time to time, there's a WhatsApp message that comes. But I think the best feedback I've received is
I haven't given you feedback, looks like.
no.
If you have to think so much that you
Yeah,
never
there's so much feedback. I'm thinking what it would be. It's continue to be meticulous with your work, and it will take you a long way.
All right. And the last question. What's your big goal with your mentor's help?
To continue learning and to continue furthering my accolades in an education actually in the industry.
All right. Not bad at all.
I think she's winning it. मेरे को मत पूछो.
नहीं, chalo now, let's. Anupam, your turn now.
Okay, my turn.
So, are you a morning or an evening mentor?
Oh, 100% evening.
Evening. All right.
Morning, I don't. I'm very Gujarati in that way. My day starts at 11.
11?
Yeah, at least work day.
Work day.
Yeah.
Most memorable mentoring experience you've had so far?
With Zehen.
Yes.
The UK trip. I don't know, it was UK. We had gone to meet all the clubs. Lovely experience.
Yeah.
I mean, suddenly, this girl who was 16 years old and suddenly she's speaking sense with all the clients. I mean, it was brilliant for me.
Lovely. So, one quality you value most in her?
She's very prompt.
Okay.
Very prompt. I mean, because I am, I can get thoughts at 1:30 in the morning.
Okay.
I see even she responds that. So I think that promptness
Prompt.
helps me to keep giving more.
Lovely. Favorite leadership book, if you've read any?
I've read quite a few, magar right now the leadership is offing. Our leadership experience is offing.
Offing.
What in the offing?
Okay. Most challenging aspect of mentoring, you think, when you have to mentor someone?
I should have patience.
All right.
I should have patience.
You think you're impatient?
Very much.
Really?
Because again, my thoughts keep moving. So, I do understand what she means. That, when I come, sometimes even in the office, I'm not in one place.
Huh.
In fact, our me and Punnendu, our cabin, we don't even have fixed tables and chairs. We just
Okay.
have movable. We have, we sit in seats which is like those racing car seats.
Okay.
It keeps moving. So we are actually in that zone.
Okay. One piece of advice you give most often?
Wow. Chill.
Chill maro.
Chill, Mar.
Chill maro. What motivates you to be a good mentor?
The lovely mentees.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the kind of questions which keep coming, you have to keep answering them,
Yeah.
I mean, not only Zehen, but even in our office, even these cadets or whoever meet, they are so smart that you have to be smarter.
Smarter. Quickest way to build trust with a mentee, you feel?
Daru pilao. 100%. Alcohol, I mean, I will advocate alcohol on ships, and that is, I mean, not in quantities which we get drunk, but in respectable quantities. Alcohol is the best icebreaker, and just calms down the relationship.
We'll have to put a disclaimer here. This is
I'm not
completely Anupam's
This is my
thought.
and I advocate it.
All right. Best lessons you've learned from a mentee? Anything what you have learned from them?
How to protect your company's image.
Lovely.
Oh, I mean, if you want, I can share that.
Yes, you can.
So, when I was working in a company, and we used to own vessels. So, our vessel had gone and banged into a rig in ONGC. I can share the name. I mean, I can say ONGC.
Yeah,
it's
of
okay.
course, yeah.
And there was a very big meeting happening. Everybody was pouncing on us, and they were thinking of blacklisting us, and they were, all those things were going on. And the owner of this organization who flew in from Dubai, and he was sitting there absolutely listening to us. And then they said, why don't you say something? And then what he said after that, he just completely turned the chain of events. In fact, he blamed them only that because of you, we have gone and done this. And I was thinking all this while that what will he say? And when he said this, and when I went out, I said, sir, he says, our company's name should always stay there.
Stay there.
Our company's name matters. Our reputation matters. Rest, money, people, all that will come, go. Reputation once gone, gone.
Gone. No, that's true. Last question.
Please.
One skill every leader you should master, you feel, when you are in that leadership position.
Man management or woman
Yeah.
management or human management,
Uh-huh.
because I think that is the key. Today we are sitting here, okay, it's a Sunday, but if it would have been working day, the reason we are sitting here is because we have a lovely team working.
True.
So if you have that right people, right resources, and it's all down to human resource, man management, woman management, HR.
But I must mention one thing here. When I had come for Nautica and I see the way your team and your events, the way the things are handled, I think it's really, it's...
Thank you so much.
It's great because to have so many people and to handle so many young cadets, forget people, I think it's just that having 600 plus cadets in one place, staying and, just chilling out together, doing the competition, and I think it's great.
And see, I'll tell you one more thing, just to, we link Nautica with ships. I'll tell you how. And you will wonder, नाच गाना में ये सब shipping का क्या relation है? And there, even if there is a dance competition or a band going on, we just say stop. Because now it's safety.
Yeah.
Because we don't want, so risk assessment, toolbox meetings, planning, strategy, it's all part of
Yes.
this.
And I think most important is teamwork.
Absolutely.
What they learn to do things together. They could
Absolutely.
be having differences within the team, but I think how they can push out to be.
It's absolute teamwork. Full. It's the whole team comes.
Okay, now just a weird question,
Please.
but that's be the last, I promise.
Yeah, no?
As we all have been remembering Purnendu so much,
Yes.
and I'm sure he's watching this interview.
Oh, 100%.
100% from where he is. So if you all have to give a message to Purnendu, what would it be?
Z, you first.
Yes. I'm sure he's watching.
Nautica is safe, your baby's safe.
Ah,
We're doing
that-
what we can.
Yes. And what about you, Anupam?
Stay safe, stay happy, and keep rocking.
Oh, lovely. And that used to be his tagline.
That used to be his
That
tagline.
was his tagline
Tagline.
after every video.
Absolutely.
Which,
So it's stay safe, stay happy, and keep rocking.
and he used to do these funny reels once he had put, and I think y'all had gone for some visit, and there was fog. I still remember that.
yeah.
And-
Igatpuri.
Yeah, right.
Kya chal raha hai fog?
Fog.
Fog.
Yeah.
No, so he had these characters. He used to become Punjabi sometimes, and South Indian or a Catholic or any.
Yeah.
It was, that's what I mentioned
Every
earlier.
day.
He used to wake up with a new character every day, new song.
He was
Imagine
really
dealing with him
Yeah, yeah, but he was
as a
pretty
business
busy.
partner.
Very
Not
Yes,
easy.
very. So I think this has been a great episode.
Thank you so
and,
much.
Thank you so much for coming.
Alright.
And it has been great, and we are wishing Nautica all the very best.
Thank you so
It's
much.
going to rock, I'm sure, like always.
Yes.
And of course, that energy is going to continue no matter what, because Nautica is something which nobody else is doing.
Yes.
So I think it is going to go year after year.
Please.
And people are going to talk about it for sure. And cadets are surely going to talk about it.
Right.
So as a token of our love for you, these are the special mugs of Anchored Together, which will keep you anchored together. And of course,
lovely name.
and of course, you will remember that you'd come for the show.
So this is my gift hamper.
Yes, that is your gift hamper.
But she did a better job. Her answers are more crisp. I was a little longish.
So I'll keep the mug.
You can take both. हल्दी का दूध पियेंगे इसमें.
Thank you so much. Thank you, viewers, for watching.
Thank
Until
you so
next
much.
time,
Thank you so
bye bye. See you and take care.
Thank you so much.
you.
Thank you so much.
Love at first sight.
Yeah, for me,
Really?
yes, it was. I mean, I looked no further for me because I had a bunch of other letters which I didn't go through
Oh, really?
after I met her.
Okay.
And I said this is it.
Seema, what about you? What was your first impression when you saw him, or how was your response when your father says, okay, we have someone for you to get married to?
Well, that wasn't told me.
Told to you?
Yeah, nope. It was
Okay.
all in suspense.
Oh, really?
I got to know much later that because his father and my father were cooking up something.
Okay.
So it was not the secret wasn't broken to me until unless towards when he was about to come and meet me. That time my father told me that so and so has been already done, so there's somebody coming. So of course I didn't like him.